There's hardly been anything separating the Red Wings and the Tigers all season. It seems fitting that the preliminary final series, a best-of-3 series, goes to the ultimate decider. It's Game 3. It's winner take all. Who will advance to play the Jokers in the grand final starting this week? Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside the Ice Arena on beautiful Ghana land. It's Premier League hockey. It's the preliminary final. Eric Ballner calling the action, joined head coach of the Adelaide Adrenaline and member of the Jokers, Sammy Mantier, and goaltender for the Adrenaline and goaltender for the Jokers, Jeremy Friedrich. Oh, first off, how's the tie?
It's Dad, so I wouldn't know. I think it's past my time, but you know, it looks good, and I thought, why not wear something hockey?
Little Don Cherry styles about you. Boys, Game 3 hockey, everything on the line. It's almost like you can take the whole season, all the data we know, everything that's there, and just throw it out the window, crumple it up, because in Game 3s, anything can happen.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is I don't think any team can take any momentum from the last couple of games either. It's been really tight and could have gone either way. So, yeah, we're up for a big one.
Yeah, we're in a good situation where both teams have had such an even series that you could throw it out the window anyway. Like, it's a one game, anything can happen, and everyone needs to step up tonight.
Game 1 was all Red Wings. They won that game 4-1. They were the better team. Game 2, the Tigers got up, but it was off the backs of some great plays from Joey McDougall.
He was great last game. You know, this is early in the third period. You've got a tie game. He made a pass that was sometimes considered risky, but it was great vision, you know, clear eyes to find Benny Gebbert and a great shot. And here you see the second goal just a couple of minutes later. He's hunting down that puck. He works for so hard, gets a shot off after stripping Villani, and then has the vision to find Tyler Boyle in front of the net after a rebound. You know, you just see him. He does not stop moving his feet. And when he doesn't, you know, he's winning puck battles, and he just doesn't stop working. You know, he's a great player that you want to have in an important game like this.
I think you said, Sammy, on the broadcast, that was a classic Showtime goal.
That is a Showtime goal, and but to give credit, Tyler Boyle was in a great position as well. For all the work that Joey did, you still need to finish that play.
Meanwhile, though, while the Tigers won the game 4-3, they forced a Game 3. The big story in it came with about 5 minutes to go to the game. It was a puck in front of the net that Pellerin got off, and then 2 Tigers and 1 Red Wing collapsed on goaltender Glenn Forbes-White, who had been solid for the Tigers all season long, put up some really good numbers, and you could see right away that he was in pain, and this angle shows it all. I don't think legs and knees are supposed to bend like that. He finished the game. He stopped every puck after that, but the diagnosis came in. It's a grade 2 MCL partial tear. He's out for the season, maybe longer. We don't know the surgery options. As it relates to this game, Glenn Forbes-White is out, which means that Sam O'Neill, the A-grade goaltender, is in. That's a huge loss, losing your starting goaltender.
Yeah, that is a huge loss. But on the other hand, that's also an opportunity. If Tigers need a little bit of a jolt, maybe this will give that. And to be fair, Sam O'Neill, he's been around for a long time. He's wanted to have a chance in the Premier League to show what he can do. Well, there's no better and bigger chance than this right here.
We're going to pop up those goaltender stats on screen in just a second. Sam O'Neill versus Curtis Villani. Sam O'Neill, those are his numbers in A grade, and if you know anything about goaltending, around that 2 mark is good, sub 2 is excellent. You want that save percentage above 9. Those are Villani's numbers from the Premier League season. They were spectacular. But Sam O'Neill, on paper, the best goalie in A grade. That's an okay solution.
It is. You know, it's just one of those unfortunate scenarios where he's got someone ahead of him that's just even better. You know, he's a competitor. He's played for the state team before. He's backed up in the Adrenaline. Like, he's played a handful of Premier League games. And, you know, you'd count his chances in other situations and in other clubs, but he's stuck through and he's a committed Tiger, so it's good to see him get his shot tonight.
So if you have a goalie that hasn't played a Premier League game all season, from a Red Wing perspective, is there a strategy you're taking?
Well, for me, there's a couple of things. One, you want to attack as much as possible. You want to put as much pressure on net as possible. But also, you don't want to give easy shots. You don't want to let him get into the game. So, got to be smart but aggressive.
Players to watch. Let's start on the Tigers, or the Red Wings side of things, sorry, or the Tigers side of things. There's Joey McDougall. You saw the other one in a second. Joey McDougall at the top of the broadcast. Hard worker. He's got 4 assists in 2 games. He's showing up in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's what you know you get from Joey. Is every game you get the effort, you get all that hard work, intangibles, and now he's getting a few assists as well, and I don't think he's far from scoring a couple of goals either.
He might need to do it today. Both teams back against the wall. On the other side of things, for the Red Wings, Mitch Villani, what can you say this guy. He's a former Team Australia player, getting a little older in age. He's going to be coaching in the National Super League. There's some chat around there about whether this might be his final game if the Red Wings get eliminated at that top Premier League level, but you never know. He could come back. But if it is, this really could be an elimination game for him as well.
Yeah, knowing Mitch, especially if this happens to be the last season, he's such a heart and soul player. He's going to leave absolutely everything out there.
And a pretty dynamic player, and success, when Mitch Villani scores, success usually comes for the Wings.
It does. He's a key aspect of that top line with Best and Powell, and he's such a hard worker. You know, obviously this game will be significant to him if the last season of his career is on the cards, but you know you're getting a competitive game from Villani regardless, and he's so great to watch, and he has been for years.
There's actually a lot of veterans on both teams. You had to look at the captain, Andrew Stapleton, on the Tigers. Rather, he's 41 years old. Glenn Fole is 59 years old. Greg McNair, 40 years old. The Wings tried, tested, and true. They have a lot of veteran players too. Lots of experience in this, and is that what's going to carry both teams through in a Game 3 setting?
I think it's both experience, and what that brings is you keep playing your game. I think the biggest mistake either team can make on a Game 3 is start altering too much. Now, you want to do things better than you haven't done in the last few games, but you want to play your game, not think too much.
There's a good level of focus between the two teams on the ice, and why wouldn't there be? There's not much separating them at all. Head-to-head this year in the regular season, 2 wins, 2 losses, and a tie. In the playoffs, 1 win each. That means in 7 games, 3 wins each, 3 losses each, and 1 tie. Just 2 points separated them on the standings in this season. There is hardly anything between these two teams, but today is when that ultimate separation will come. Who can win the decisive Game 3 and send them through to the preliminary final? So with that in mind, let's take a look at the keys to victory. Let's start things off with the Tigers.
The Tigers have to do it for Sam O'Neill today. You know, it's huge for him, and he'll be buzzing, he'll be ready to play, but the guys have got to look after him, and they've got to come out and play well. And the other thing they did so well last game was they were so intense. They didn't stop pumping the Red Wings. They worked so hard, won every single battle that they could. You know, obviously the McDougall assist comes to mind. It's just constant intensity, and they need to keep that going today.
Meanwhile, the Red Wings, they lost the last game, means they might have to mix things up, but what are we looking at for the Red Wings' keys to victory?
Well, Red Wings first game, they control everything in that game by controlling the tempo of the game. That if they can get back to that, it's going to be a very, very, very hard for Red Wings. And just keeping it simple, both as a strategy, don't do anything silly, anything stupid that you wouldn't do otherwise, just because it's Game 3. But also with the lineups and everything, just keep doing what you're doing. Trust that.
Here's a look at the referees in this game. Refs started to play a factor in the last game, but this is it right here. Everything on the line. Both of you played in a Game 3 elimination game in a grand final last year. Were there any simple messages to the team before that epic game you played?
For me, again, it was just, if you know what you got to do, is just keep doing that. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't let the nerves get to you either. Just play your game. Hey, these guys, they played, some players probably, 10 years, some players played 40 years. This is why we play hockey, so we can play in these games, so enjoy it.
Yeah, look, last year, obviously, we came from behind in back-to-back games, and I think the biggest key tonight will be if you go down by a goal or two, you cannot let that get to you. You know, this is where composure, this is where leadership, this is where all those key attributes that you look for in older, more mature players and young guys that are making a name for themselves, this is when it matters. You know, guys need to step up and make a big difference today.
I'll tell you what, walking into the rink today, it really felt like a business-like attitude for both of the teams as they're trying to get ready and in classic form, just like last game when the lights were working in overdrive, flashing on the light, and he had a delay to the start of the game. Now the lights aren't working in terms of the scoreboard lights. So again, is this, if you're Sam O'Neill in net right now, thinking about this for the last few days, you finally get to puck drop another last second delay. Does this get in your head if you're a goalie as well?
I think everyone else is fine having a bit of a delay, but Sam O'Neill wants this game started right now.
Yeah, absolutely. The nerves definitely get to you. He's a calm guy. We ran into him last night with Nathaniel Benson, and he was telling us how he was excited to play, but that, you know, he wasn't going to let the nerves or anything like that get to him. And, you know, you get that from Sam. He's calm. He's played a lot of games of hockey. But, yeah, you can see it. You know, he's thinking about it. His head's running wild, and he's just ready to play.
His head coach, Ryan O'Hanley, before the game said there's two versions of Sam O'Neill. There's regular season Sam, and there's playoff Sam. Ryan O'Hanley plays with Sam O'Neill on that A-grade team, and they've won multiple championships at that level with Sam O'Neill in the playoffs when things get dialed up a little bit. So we're not talking about some kid that they've just picked off the street. We're talking about a 27-year-old former state team goalie that's won multiple championships at the level below. But maybe this is the opportunity that he's been looking for to show what he can do, and what bigger stage than Game 3, an elimination game of a preliminary final. The teams are ready to go. On the ice, Joey McDougall, Andrew Stapleton, and Tyler Boyle going against the top line of the Red Wings. Dave Gall settles in for the draw. Grab your popcorn and get ready. It's Game 3 of the preliminary final. Tigers and Red Wings, winner straight through to the championship series. And already an icing call to start the game, so it's going to be a quick offensive zone possession for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was a little nervy play from Tom Tate. One more meter and you gain the red line, and then you can send the puck in, and to send a little bit early and pressuring your end from the start.
Draw off to the right side. It's won by the Tigers, but the Red Wings got there first. Dylan Wallace tried to hunt down Zach Boyle, and Zach Boyle has two Red Wings on the forecheck right away. Leeming tries to bank this one in front of the net. That gets knocked away. Boyle plays this to his brother Tyler Boyle. He tried to carry it out of the zone. He couldn't quite control, and it goes back into the zone. Boyle, right side. Greg McNair pinching up. He'll fire a shot in on net. That one drifted a little bit wide. Good little crowd has filtered into the ice arena, too, right before puck drop. Just a swarm of people have come in. There should be a pretty good atmosphere, especially if this game's tight, but a funny bounce off of it. And here's Steve Best, the captain. The danger man scores! First shot, first goal. Red Wings strike first.
Good awareness from Steve. I think that was the perfect pass out the zone, and he didn't stop moving his feet. You've got to know when he's out there. The D on his side pinched a little bit too much, and you know, some great speed to get in, and a good shot. You know that a goalie's a bit nervous. He's going to be a little bit slow to drop because those legs are a bit shaky still. So, this will be huge for the Red Wings.
On the first shift for Steve Best, you cannot give that kind of space, though. Just gotta start with smart, and that's one thing we've said before every game, how important the start is, how important the first goal is. Tigers are a little bit sleepy there on transition, and we'll see how much that counts.
The Red Wings are 13-2 when they score the first goal in the game. They've only won one game when they don't score first. The Tigers, meanwhile, they've only lost once when they score first, so they've got to play from behind. And a loose puck in front. Villani almost banked that in. It went off his stick. O'Neill gets back up. Villani can smell blood, trying to pounce all over it. Throws it back to Bill Newbound. Best behind the net, trying to throw it in front of the net once again. It goes behind the goal. Steve Best with another goal. He's their leading goal scorer and point getter during the season. Versus the Tigers this year, he's been absolutely spectacular. In 8 games, he's got 7 goals and 3 assists for 10 points in a team that's really tight between them. Guy to watch.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Steve is he's consistently doing it, not like some players who got an amazing game and then drop back. Steve is bringing it every game, especially in the bit more the game matters, the more Stevie brings it.
Scores in every game versus the Tigers this year, except for the last one, but it's okay. He still had 2 assists. Joey McDougall takes the puck away, chips it off the boards. Here comes showtime. Boyle in front of the net, and Dave Gall does a really good job of getting back and taking the puck away. Puck played around the boards. Tyler Leeming from Canada tries to chip it forward, and Dave Gall, the American-turned-Australian, tries to grab it along the near boards. He's working against the captain, Andrew Stapleton, as the team skirmish forward along the near side. Puck finally pops free, and Leeming will chip it off, but it just goes a little bit out, so they'll recoil and set this off again.
Good to see McDougall there, just bringing that speed and intensity. You need to bring a bit of motivation and pump back into the team after that first goal goes in, and he just doesn't stop working. He's going to be so good to watch all game tonight.
In the last game of the regular season, the Red Wings scored within the first 2 minutes, and they went on to win that game 5-1. In the first game of this playoff series, they scored 1 minute and 20 seconds into it. They went on to win the game 4-1. They score a minute into this game as well. And now we'll wait the outcome, but it looks favorable for the Red Wings. Here's Best again. Fires another shot on net. That gets behind. They skirmish for it. It's in the back of the net. That slips through Sam O'Neill, and it's disaster right now for the Tigers. 2 quick goals to start the game.
Yeah, I think now we talk about the experience. We got Tigers. Some of the players really need to step up. It's a tough goal, and
It's unfortunate, but you can't give Steve Best time at all. You know, he is their best player, and by a fair bit. You know, when he steps up, he makes such a difference to the game. You've got to be all over him. You almost want 2 guys on him just to make him stay out of the game.
This is not how anyone drew it up, and Sarcic gives the puck away right to Steve Best. He's got 2 goals to start this game in the first 5 minutes. 2 shots on goal, 2 in the back of the net, and the Tigers are going to need some support for Sam O'Neill, who got the call up to this game, and they'll have an offensive zone possession to try to do it. Sarcic tries to cut his way in front of the net. It's Nick Powell going up the ice the other direction. He tries to fire one on goal. It's blocked by McNair. Sarcic plays it right side, and a big hit from Max Rivers on him. Dropped off to the right. Steve Best back there, back checking to pick him off. Left side, Nick Powell lobs it in behind the goal and into the corner. McNair tries to chase it down. Rivers plays it around, picked up by Ben Gebert. Full chips it off the boards. Andrew Stapleton is there. He cuts up the center. He gets dragged down. He was looking for a call. I think he just got upended a bit. He's going to get the call, maybe?
yeah, it looks like the penalty call on the Jared Lowe.
You're seeing that goal again on your screen. Just unfortunate. It trickles over the stick, over the body, and then just as he tries to catch it, it kind of gets pushed back into the net. The biggest thing the Red Wings have to make sure they don't do here, though, is they can't take the foot off the gas. If you give the Tigers too much time and space, 2 goals this early in the game is still a lot of time and a good chance for the Tigers to come back into it.
There's 55 minutes to go, but Tyler Leeming wins a loose puck battle against Zach Boyle and tries to fire a shot on goal. That one just goes to the side. Tigers' power play looked a little bit better last game. It had been slumping entering the series. Entering the series, they were 0 for 13 with the Agile Group power play. They were 0 for 4 in game number 1 and 1 for 7 in game number 2. That doesn't tell the whole story, though, as Boyle cuts to his left, fires one on goal. It was bouncing, but it bounced wide. Gebert picks it up, down low to Joey McDougall. McDougall in front of the net again. Zach Boyle was chipping in, the Team Australia player. He couldn't hold on, and it's chipped up along the boards, and it goes all the way in behind the goal. Ben Gebert, one of the goal scorers in the last game. Stretch pass ahead to Zach Boyle, and this one could go for icing. If it gets there, it doesn't. Villani picks it up for the Red Wings. Red Wings throw it all the way down the ice. A minute to go. O'Neill will settle it down, and the Tigers have 1 more minute to set things up, and the Tigers will send a different look on the power play out there as Tyler Boyle and Morris O'Hanley come onto the ice. Kubik up to McDougall. Smooth skating, long shot in. It's a funny bounce. It goes into the slot. Villani has to clear. Tyler Boyle fires a shot, rebound, chipping away at it. Tigers were looking for that funny bounce. They scored one from the red line in game number 1 that caught Villani off guard. Left side, full shot through traffic, rebound, pops there. McDougall shot on net. It was bouncing and it bounces into the far boards. Back to the point. This more like it for the Tiger. Kubik tipped down low. McDougall chipped it and that goes wide. Joey McDougall looking like he's going to do his job tonight. Tigers keep it in. Tyler Boyle on net again. Rebound was there. Villani fighting it back to the point. Full shot on goal. The Tigers absolutely peppering the veteran goaltender Curtis Villani with some shots early on. He was fighting them and he fought him just enough to keep him out of the net. And the power play is going to come to an end.
That power play looked a lot better at the second half of it when those other guys came out, which is surprising to say when you've got such experience on that top unit.
Tyler Boyle tries to get around one man. It was Wallace that was swiping at it. Tigers lead the puck forward. Glenn Full pinching up ahead. Tried to play the puck back into the slot, but it's going to be the Red Wings that break out the other direction. Leeming cuts towards the middle. Stapleton, a good job of playing that forward. Glenn Full swiping at it. It lands on the stick of Tyler Boyle, and he'll use some speed to go up the right side of the ice. Taylor just stays onside. Sarcic trying to get a shot on net. Stapleton trying to work his way back. 4 forwards on the ice right now for the Tigers, and going a little bit offside is Max Rivers. So Tigers trying to seize a little bit of momentum back after allowing 2 early goals to Steve Best.
Yeah, but I am looking at Tigers lineup, and it's very unbalanced right now on the ice. The distance between the forwards and defense is just huge. I mean, to begin with, Tigers defense, with all due respect, is not the most mobile, but they gotta push up so there's any chance of beating Red Wings on their rushes.
Red Wings with a nice little margin, nice little cushion to start the game. McDougall double shifting back on the ice once again. Zach Boyle fans on the pass, trying to break it out. He was trying to look for Jai Sarcic on the left side. Knocked down by Adam Wise. Adam Wise played in the championship series last year, but as a member of the Falcons, looking to get back to his second straight, but trying to avenge a loss to the Jokers last year. That's the very team they're trying to face. Puck led forward. Boyle grabs it back, and he'll evade a defender. And here come the Tigers. Boyle skating it out himself, left side. He's going to go all the way down towards the baseline. Fires one on goal. Big rebound. Shot for the point off the post. McNair scored in game 1. He got his first goal of the year then, and he almost got number 2 right there. Greg McNair. Right side to Ryan Full. He'll chip it in, and the Tigers will try to go to the forecheck, but Bill Newbound is there first. Brandon Taylor, he played a really good last game in game number 2. Grabs the puck, but he gives it away, and here comes Steve Best. 2 goals already, and we're in the first half of the period. Best turns, swivels, evades a man, plays it down low, looking for his partner in crime, Mitch Villani. Ryan Full can't clear. He was upended by Bill Newbound, and Sam O'Neill makes his first save of the game. McNair, left side. Back into the neutral zone, goes all the way down, and this should go for icing. Nope, it was waved off, must have been tipped, so Bill Newbound, the general manager of one of the teams in the NHSL. Make sure you follow that on social media to really find out what's going on. Steve Best, one of those marquee players for Bill Newbound's team. He gets tied up by his man on the near side by Jan Kubek, who's been relatively quiet to start the game, Jan Kubek. But here's Villani. He picks the pocket of a Tiger. Cutting over there was Morris O'Hanley with a nice play, and it's a lob pass right side. Here's Kubek. He was a little bit offside. He can't believe it. He's staring down the referee, but they were right there to make the call.
Yeah, I think he knew he was just that little bit. Now, on the Zach Boyle rush, one thing again that works against Tigers is when Zach Boyle rushes, who are the 2 players, most disciplined players that cover for Zach? That's Jan Kubek and Joey McDougall, the 2 players you want in the offensive zone. So again, we spoke before about the roles and knowing what you're doing. Those guys shouldn't be the guys covering for a rushing D. You have to have someone else on the line who can do that job. So Zach, when he rushes up, he's with those guys in the offensive zone.
Glenn Full intercepts, chucks it forward. Stapleton tries to glove it down. It goes through his glove and all the way back to the defenseman, Tom Tate. Tom Tate, last game of the regular season versus the Tigers, had a goal and an assist. Trying to show some offensive flair. Tigers keep it in. Joey McDougall working around one. Pellerin was all over him, or sorry, it was Wallace all over him. Wise throws it around the board. Stapleton on the forecheck. Chips it out towards the left side. It goes off Tyler Boyle. He has to skate all the way back. It's a foot race for it. And he just upends Leeming enough. Wallace grabs, drops it back to Gal. Nice pass. Leeming trying to finish it off. It just skipped off the tape of his stick. Tigers in scramble mode right now. McDougall up the other way, working against 2 defenders, throws one at Villani. Big rebounds coming off the body, and a huge hit from Joey McDougall in the corner on young Chris Campbell. Now McDougall goes the other side and finishes his check against Newbound. Back on the right point, McNair evades one, chips it in the slot, loose puck, trying to fight for it. McDougall can't quite get a hold of it, and it goes all the way back down. Banked off the boards, Tigers have to clear the zone. Newbound trying to find it. Jan Kubek again, as you pointed out, Sammy, covering on defense for a forward that's pinching up. And here's Kubek behind the puck, fighting for it, and Sam O'Neill reaches behind the net to grab it down. Tigers trying to push back.
Yeah, now this is a chance for Tigers to now really step up. We've got another 7 minutes left in the game, in the period. They've been all right. Joey's laying the body, leading by example. But yeah, just really get the momentum in Red Wings zone. It's really important right now.
McNair's looked like he's been pretty physical. Here's Morris O'Hanley. Chips it off the board. Simple play. Taylor plays it out in the neutral zone, and there's Ryan Full. It's a 2-on-1. Full finds Kubek. Kubek down low. Waits a minute. He just waited a second too long. He had the goalie out of position, but he banks it off the side of the net. Red Wings can't quite clear. McNair tries to chip it forward. He gets it in again, but finally the Red Wings will be able to skate it out. Adam Wise across the center line. He's skating in, fires one through traffic. A big rebound once again, but it goes right to the stick of Jan Kubik. He was looking for Ryan Full. It gets played in the referee's skates, and Steve Best plays a man ahead. Powell in behind the defense, and Ben Gebert with a huge defensive play to take away the opportunity from Nick Powell, and the Tigers will ice the puck.
Yeah, that was huge from Benny. That way too much open ice in the middle there. The Tigers are getting caught trying to stretch the play, but they need to be aware that turnovers are going to leave them exposed like that. So, really make sure that they're not just staying on both boards, but rather trying to shift the defense across and always having one guy in the middle at very least.
Draw one by Jan Kubik. McNair plays it right side, but Best intercepts on the near boards. Tigers try to play it outside the zone. It banks off the boards, and Bill Newbound will go and recoil for the Red Wings. Red Wings looking up. Tigers have limited traffic on net, only 3 or 4 shots so far, but it was the first 2 shots of the game, both from Steve Best, that found the back of the net, that have the Red Wings up early on, but the Tigers will get an offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, look, that's a lot better from the Tigers so far. I think they've settled into the game, and I think they need to keep this kind of intensity and momentum going because, the moment they let up and they make little mistakes, Steve Best, especially this line, you really can't find another line that'll punish them as well as this line does.
Tigers with a bit of an alternate line out there. Jai Sarcic out with Stapleton and O'Hanley, so a mismatch here for the Red Wings rather, if they can exploit it. Villani digging away in the corner. Glenn Full plays it around the board. Zach Boyle trying to hustle back and get it, and his brother Tyler's there first. He lays the body into it. Joey McDougall, after game 2, was saying he was really impressed with players like Tyler Boyle and Brandon Taylor, who might not have scored up in a big way on the score sheet, although Tyler Boyle did score, but just laying the body, playing a simple game, knowing their role. They'll have to do that again tonight, especially if the Tigers will come back. Villani steered away into the corner by Zach Boyle. Puck pops free and it clears the zone, so the Red Wings will have to reset, and it goes back in behind the goal. Glenn Full, long-time Team Australia captain way back in the day. Plays it up left side. It's a pass to nobody in particular, just kind of fluttered in no man's land, and it allows Dave Gal to enter the zone. He gets a stick on that. That goes out of play.
Yeah, I can't find a whole lot of structure from Tigers right now in the build-up or in the offensive zone. Again, it really comes down to the lineups, combinations, and also players really knowing what they're supposed to be doing out on the ice. At this level, you put 5 guys on the ice without any instruction, it usually does not work.
O'Hanley in the corner. He has 2 Red Wings working against him. Taylor moving in for support. It was almost a loose Red Wing in front of the net. Full wobbles this around the boards. Taylor can't quite lay the body, and Gal in close, trying to fire a shot, goes off. McNair skating wide. Centering play into the slot. Jan Kubik grabs it for the Tigers, trying to lead a man ahead. Works out wide. Kubik tries to find Ryan Full. It's skipped right to the base of the net, and Villani had to knock it aside. O'Hanley plays it in behind the goal. Here come the Wings. 3:13 to go, but 2 early goals have a massive advantage for this savvy veteran team. Trying to reclaim the championship that the Jokers took from them last year. McNair for the Tigers. Intercepted by a nice play in behind the goal from Max Rivers. Rivers trying to work his way in there. He's trying to find Petter, but Jan Kubik will skate this out. 1 versus maybe 3, and Kubik's going to power his way into the corner. Kubik had Gebert coming in. Gebert backhanded play. Couldn't get the shot in on net. Far side. Kubik whips one in front. Loose puck in the slot. McDougall holds the zone at the left point. McDougall whips it across for Full. Ryan Full down low. Tries to steer it there. Joey McDougall playing some defense right now for the Tigers, as Ben Gebert pinching up once again. Puck pops straight in the slot. McDougall in a shooting lane, fires one through. Villani kicks it to the corner. Battling down low again. Tigers have loaded up this line. Long shot from the point. McNair goes wide. McDougall off the boards, in the slot, fires one through, scores! Joey McDougall chucks one on net. The lead is cut in half. We have ourselves a hockey game.
We talked about the line matchups and how the Red Wings were out against the Tigers, were like bottom line. They'd change things up just to get a little bit more stability, and the Red Wings didn't capitalize. Now all of a sudden the Tigers are out against that Red Wings third line, and they made them pay. A really good shot from McDougall. Great move at the point as well to pick that puck off.
Yeah, what
and get to
about
the
that
middle.
composure from Showtime?
He's just so good to watch, and he will make a difference tonight.
Here come the Tigers once again. McDougall throws it on net, scores! Joey McDougall, 2 goals in 20 seconds. We're back to where we started. It's all tied up.
Sammy, I'll let you finish your thought before we even start to break down what
I
happened.
don't want to say anything about Joey right now.
He's making these guys pay, and this is what you need in a game 3 when you're down by 2 goals.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those who shows up today, and I think right now it's Steve Best against Joey McDougall.
Who better to show up than Showtime himself?
Steve Best 2, Joey McDougall 2. Both players reported to be marquee players in the Pro League for this exact reason. They're going head-to-head tonight, and we are back with a tie game under a minute to go. It was a wobbly start from the Tigers, but we're right back where we started. McDougall almost blocked a shot. Loose puck in front. Pow. Tries to grab it on the near boards. Works his way back down low. He finds Steve Best looking for a first period hat trick with not much time to go. Best working out wide, chips it down in front, and that one's knocked aside. Ben Gebert tries to grab it with just 24 seconds to go. Stapleton and Boyle are out, but Gebert, a weak pass, can't clear the zone. Villani plays it left side down low. Powell gives it back to Villani. Steve Best in the slot, turns, fires, shot. Big save, Sam O'Neill. And it's finally not banked out. Best shot again. O'Neill makes a big kick save. 6 seconds to go. Hemmed in their own zone. Shot from the point, tipped off the side of the net. And a very entertaining first period will come to an end. Joey McDougall 2. Steve Best 2. Tigers 2. Red Wings 2. What an entertaining first period.
Yeah, I don't quite know how it's 2-2. Red Wings in full control of the game for most of the period, and then all of a sudden 2-2. So hey, playoffs hockey, goals that count, right?
We'll be back after this. It's playoff hockey on NITV. We had 2 early goals from Steve Best for the Red Wings that had them up in the first 5 minutes by a score of 2-0, but 2 late goals, 2 goals 20 seconds apart from Joey Showtime McDougall has made this game 2-2. Great effort, you were saying, though, by McDougall, but Sammy, you were saying that the Tigers can't really afford to have Joey in the positions that he's been in for the rest of this game.
No, like full credit to Joey for making an amazing play on the goal and getting that goal. But you don't want your best players covering for other players throughout.
The pride of Williamstown, Ontario, Joey McDougall.
Good Canadian kid.
Good Canadian kid. Has a big decision to make about which Pro League team that he'll go to, and he's adding to his resume right now. 2 goals, 4 assists in 7 periods of playoff hockey, putting the Tigers on his back right now. But period 2 underway. 2-2 game. Very entertaining in front of a very busy Ice Arena crowd as well. Leeming in behind the goal. McNair will greet this for the Tigers, and McNair falls over, and it's a turnover in front. Short side shot goes off the side of the net. Red Wings trying to settle the puck down. Shot on net. Sam O'Neill had to get the pads down quick, and he makes the save. Still can't clear the Tigers. Play in front. Gal tries to chip it forward. O'Neill trying to fight the puck a little bit, but the Red Wings trying to bounce right back on the Tigers the same way they ended that last period, with an extensive shift in the attacking zone. Ryan Full greets it on the boards for the Tigers, and he leads Brandon Taylor ahead. It bounces off his stick. Adam Wise knocked away from Jan Kubik. Zach Boyle rather, off the boards. Play into the slot. Taken away from Steve Best. He tries to go 5-hole, and that goes up high and into the corner, and the Tigers will bring it down. Slapped down by Zach Boyle. It would have been an icing call had that not hit a stick. Wise up towards Powell. Powell to Villani. On the backhanded play, Power into the net, short side shot, scores! Mitch Villani has put the Red Wings right back in front.
So Villani did a great job powering past Ryan Fall on the boards, but where is the rest of the defense?
Gebbert's pinching to cover Powell, I think.
Yeah, Benny cheated a little bit on Powell. Whereas as a defense at that point, your job is to cover for the puck.
And it sucks to dwell on as well, but Sam O'Neill off his post, you can see there on your screen, really evident that there was just a little gap there, and Villani's good enough to pick those spots.
So all the work that the Tigers did to tie this game back up is gone again, and Joey McDougall whips a shot in on goal and chases after his own rebound. Petter has that puck go off his stick. It's back down low, and here comes Joey Showtime McDougall trying to take the puck away from Bill Newbound. Look at the work rate go, and a big hit from McDougall once again. He's a wrecking ball tonight, the kid from Williamstown.
Can I just make a point? Matt Lothian, if you're watching the game, make sure you got Joey's phone number, please. Thank you.
Puck thrown in behind the net, and it's grabbed by Glenn Full.
It's an intense game of hockey so far, and I think it's great because when you come to Game 3, everyone needs to be ready to play. Anything the goalies have been let go a little bit, and teams are looking to score so much that, you know, defensive mistakes like having the wrong guys covering the D happens a lot more, but it's been good fun to watch so far.
Off the draw, the Wings can't clear the zone. Zach Boyle down along the goal line. Wraparound shot. Rebound down there. It was Taylor trying to settle it, and finally the Red Wings will clear it. Petter sends this the length of the ice for icing, so the Tigers will get another offensive zone faceoff.
Yeah, that was good rush from Zach Boyle. Good timing and smart play from behind the net. Just couldn't get anyone to connect.
Now Joey moves up to, 6 points? 6 points on the playoffs. Coming into this game, he was the only Tiger with more than 1 point. He was sitting on 4 assists, and it shows, you know, he's a big game player, but he also just shows up consistently when it matters. And you really need that in a guy, which is why, you know, it's very obvious that he is a marquee player so far.
Long shot from the point, glove down from Villani. That will settle him back into the game.
Yeah, it's good for him to get a couple of decent catches and regroup after the end of the period.
Game has that feeling again, like anything can kind of happen.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Now, one thing to keep in mind is, again, especially with the top players, Tigers are really loading up on McDougall, Kubek, Fall, whereas Red Wings are going with 3 lines. So will that count in the third period?
No Jeff Pellerin in the lineup today for the Red Wings. Could be a big loss. He's been a very good depth player for them all season.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeff is very. I don't like using the word underrated player because it often gets used with players that aren't that great. Whereas Jeff really he does have the quality and he is underrated.
You don't like to use the word, but you're going to use it.
No, but I think it gets used a little bit. I think it's kind of like the Fair Play Award or Participation Award. Whereas I think Jeff is a better player than that.
Danger here, Leeming with Gal going to the net. Gal knocks it down and scores! The dynamic duo does it again. It's a 2-goal lead for the Red Wings.
That is insane hand-eye coordination, and interesting to point out we've got 2 professional lacrosse players out here. Gal whacks that out of the air. That is not something that you'd expect to see anywhere, and just great hand-eye coordination to get that. Again, where was the other defenseman? We're not really sure. I think that was Stapleton trying to catch up, trying to cover a defenseman. You really can't let that happen. The Tigers are letting this game go away from them, and potentially their final chances.
That is a lacrosse goal if I've ever seen one. That's a great call from you, Jeremy Friedrich. But Leeming and Gal have been on a line for years in this competition, terrorizing goaltenders, and they've just done it again in Game 3 of a preliminary final.
Yeah, anyone else scores that goal, I'm going to call it a lucky goal. Dave Gal, there's no luck there.
Puck back in the corner. Joey McDougall picks up the puck. I think we might have a penalty coming against the Red Wings as it's settled down. So, again, the Tigers gifted an opportunity from the Red Wings to get a goal and try to work themselves back into it.
Well, this is exactly what we saw when the Red Wings went up 2-0. Tigers power play, momentum went back their way, and all of a sudden it was 2-0. So the Red Wings really need to be careful here not to let the Tigers ease back into it. And the saying that a 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey gets thrown around a lot, and probably too much, but you know it's really obvious that teams let off a lot too much when they are up by 2.
Tigers to their second Agile Group power play of the game. Steve Best plays this down the rink, goes in behind Sam O'Neill. 4-2. 2 early goals in the first period for the Red Wings and 2 early goals in the second period. The Tigers had Joey McDougall score 2 goals in 20 seconds to make it a 4-2 game. Turnover from Benny Gebert right to Mitch Villani, but Joey McDougall bearing down on him, and it's kept in by Gebert. Over to Ryan Fole with a shooting lane. That's tipped. Bouncing puck, and Villani had to stick the paddle out and try to keep that away, and Steve Best will play it up the guts of the ice, and it will go back to Ryan Fole. And it's a giveaway while shorthanded, and it just got tangled up in Villani's feet, and he goes offside.
Yeah, Tigers, they've tried a couple of times a little cute stretch pass and to the middle and then across the ice, and it doesn't really seem to be working. So I think at this point, especially for Tigers, it's just really going back to the basics and just skating the puck in the zone rather than trying to be nice and cute.
Draw one from the Tigers. Can they try to settle things down with just a minute to go in the Agile Group power play? 0 for 1 on the day, and they have been struggling lately. 1 for their last 24 entering the game. That is a low percentage. McDougall, left side, using some speed, tries to throw the puck into the slot, and the Red Wings can't quite bank it out. Kubik holds the line. Boyle cuts his way to the front. Down low, McDougall, sharp angle shot, Villani gloves it down and holds on to the puck.
And again, a sharp angle shot, short side. It's not the ideal shot to take. McDougall's got a great shot. He'll hit that spot, but Villani's a good goalie too, and he won't give him that.
McDougall versus Leeming in the face-off circle. Draw one by McDougall. Full off the slot, fires a shot. It banks off the boards and out of play, and that might just eat up the final seconds of the power play for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's it. I think Fola probably could have played the puck back to Kubik on the point instead of trying to get a shot off himself there.
And now the Tigers do need to be careful of the man out the box, because Steve Best punished them last time with the...
And right off the draw, the Tigers get a shot on goal. Man jumps out of the box. It's Dave Gow. He's still lurking down there as the Red Wings have possession. Dylan Wallace carries it out, but he tried to carry it a little too far. Ben Gebert upends him, fires a shot on goal. Blocker down by Villani. That goes high out of play and into the bar area there at the ice arena.
Great save from Villani to use that blocker and put it out of play. You need that from an experienced goaltender.
Saw a moment ago, look at Glenn Forbes White on the bench. All he can do is watch as the Red Wings have put up 4 goals. He's the normal Tigers starting goalie, hurt his MCL in the last game. He's done for the playoffs. One team will be done after this game regardless of what happens. It's a best of 3 series. It's 1-1 in the series, and the winner has a date with the Jokers. Newbound in the corner, banks it off the boards. Wallace settles it down, plays it into the slot. Tyler Leeming gets around Glenn Fole. Leeming centering play. He was looking for Dave Gow once again. He was just tied up a little bit. McNair off the boards. Boyle plays it forward. Tigers in space. Stapleton fires one on net. That goes off Newbound's stick and out of play as we reach the midway point of the game.
Yeah, I think it's a tale of two teams right now. Red Wings in full control in the scoreboard, but I also feel like on the ice. I've said it a few times now, but I think this guy on the screen right now, Jan Kubik, how many points does he have now?
On the season or in the series?
On the series.
1.
I think Tigers really need to look at changing something to get more out of Jan.
Would you put Jan and Joey together?
Look, I would, and I mean I've said it probably from the game one.
Sarcic falls, Full collects the scraps, works out wide, tries to put it in front of the net. That goes off Adam Wise's leg. Full back behind the corner, reaching the stick out. O'Hanley shot on the side, and it's back on the other way. Kubik again covering at the point for a chipping Morris O'Hanley. Kubik down low, looking for somebody, and here come the Red Wings. Steve Best, he's in behind the defense, gets around O'Hanley, but it's Jan Kubik using that long stick and then hems the Red Wings captain in the corner. O'Hanley plays this up down the ice. It'll trickle all the way down. It won't quite have the distance to go for icing. So Chris Campbell, the rookie defenseman, will play it around the boards. Villani settles it down, and the team will reset and try to break out. Newbound up to Powell. Goals from Villani and Gal have the Red Wings back up by 2 after the Tigers tied it late in the first period. McDougall on the near boards, looking for a shooting lane, tries to whip one in. Boyle working on the rebound. McDougall gets this knocked back down again. McDougall centering play in the slot. Stapleton tries to settle it down, bounces off his stick, back to the point. Tyler Boyle through traffic, blocked by Steve Best. And here come the Red Wings trying to go away, cutting towards the center of the ice. Villani around 1, around 2, sharp angle shot, rebound, open 8. Oh, and Sam O'Neill dove right over the puck, but it skid into the corner anyways. Back to the point. Campbell holds the line. Villani plays it around the board. Steve Best looking for that hat trick. Walks out into the slot, fires one through, and Gebert has this blocked down, and it's Joey McDougall that will send a lob pass down. He's looking for Tyler Boyle. Stapleton off to Zach Boyle, and it's lob forward again. Ben Gebert pinching up, and it's low, chipping it off of Rivers' stick. Left side, Tyler Boyle banks it in around the boards. Takes a hop, skip, and a bounce onto the stick of Chris Campbell. Left side, Jared Lowe getting a call up to play this game, a normal A-grade player. Big mismatch if the Tigers can take advantage right here with an A-grade line effectively on the ice. Stapleton working against Campbell. Campbell will skate around him. Plays it right side in a big collision between Tyler Boyle and Chris Campbell. Morris O'Hanley scoops it in behind the goal. Grabbed again by Campbell, and Boyle lays into Campbell once again. Those two have collided a couple times on this shift. 2 early goals from the Red Wings. Have them back up 2.
Yeah, that was a couple of big hits from Tyler Boyle and Chris Campbell. But what was really important is Chris Campbell, both times before the hit, he made the right play. He moved the puck and took the hit. That's how you play playoffs hockey. He could have very easily just let Tyler Boyle take a hit and hit a little bit back and leave the puck where it is.
Full back behind the goal. Taylor nudges a man down, and he tries to get the puck back, but it goes behind his back. Petter chips it up along the boards, goes all the way down. I think icing will be called. It will, with under 7 minutes to go. Tigers looking to get back in this hockey game.
See, right now what I would look at is the so-called A-grade line on the Red Wings. They've had a long shift. They ice the puck. Now you put McDougall. Now you put Kubik. All of these guys at the same time. You go for it.
And that's what they're doing. McDougall, Full, and Kubik on the ice. 6 minutes to go. They do have the long break coming up, so you might see a double shift from these guys. Crucial face-off win. McNair tips, scores! Ryan Full tips home a McNair shot, and the Tigers have got back within 1.
There we go. Do we get an assist on that too?
I think they should be listening to us because we're making the big calls here today.
Yeah. That was a really smart play from McNair, though. I thought he was going to go for a full shot, which would have been a bit of a waste with these guys in front of him. But he found a follow stick with a nice, crisp pass, and not much Curtis can do on that.
And crucially, Jan Kubik wins almost every face-off he's involved in, and that was another big win for them there, and it created the goal.
2 goals this period, 1 for the Red Wings and 1 for the Tigers, have come off those tip shots. You saw that leaning one where he threw it in front of the net and Gal knocked it out of midair. And then Ryan Full redirects one to make it a 4-3 game. It's a wild and wacky one here. McNair centering play, chip shot in front. Full got a rebound and he goes and gets it, but he takes a tumble. He's down, he was looking for the call. McNair's got to hold the line or Dave Gal will be away, and he would have been away on a breakaway, but he couldn't settle down the bouncing disc.
obviously Tyler made a pass, but even the shot from McNair, that was not just a blind shot on goal. That was on purpose. That was hit on the net on purpose, the way it was.
Lehman and Gao were trying to create some more pressure. Wallace lets it slide through him. Shot from the point from Bill Newbound, and Jan Kubik, the former Czech junior player, back with a club in his homeland of Czech Republic. He's been in Australia for quite a while, though. Used to play for the Sydney Bears. Bounces off a man. Fans on the shot trying to look for Stapleton. Kubik gets an assist on that last goal, getting his second point of the series. Boyle tied up, and he draws a penalty. Tyler Leeming cannot believe it. He is staring in disbelief at the referee. We'll get a look at it on replay, but the Tigers might be going to their third power. Well, they are going to their third power play.
The one thing I will say is, obviously the Tigers are very excited for the power play, but they shouldn't really be getting in the Red Wings' faces because they're still losing this game, and you want humble players out there that are going to do their job, you know, rather than get in the face of the other team. Like, it's just a prime example because it happened against us where we got a late penalty in the game. It was a tie game, and then they got in our face, and instead of doing their job on the power play, we ended up scoring on the PK. So,
well, one of their best penalty killers, Tyler Leeming, is in the box. We can call it a penalty that might be questioned when you look back at the replay there. Either way, it's a power play for the Tigers. They're 0 for 2 today, and they need to take advantage. Steve Best is going to race down here against Jan Kubik. Kubik didn't quite have the angle. Best gets there first, and he'll play it around the boards and eat away some valuable seconds. Villani's there to help, and now the Red Wings are going to try to play keep away. Joey McDougall barring down on him. Villani settles it down, and finally the Tigers can maybe set something up. They've been playing from behind most of the game. McDougall tries to work around Tate, and Tate slaps it all the way back. Tigers in all sorts right now with a power play unit that's won for their last 26. That's less than 4% for those scoring at home. That's not good. Wise in the corner, chips it off the board. Steve Best will clear this every day of the week. And again, the Tigers have wasted the first minute of this man advantage.
Red Wings have done a great job on the forecheck, not dropping too deep, challenging Tigers a little bit higher up.
And now an offside eats more seconds off.
Yeah, here's the look at the penalty. For me, the fact it was called after Boyle had gotten up, the arm wasn't up, and then once the trip kind of affected the play is when the ref kind of made the call. It's a bit iffy, but
usually on a tripping call, the player that goes down looks at the referee and calling for something. Zach Boyle wasn't even thinking about that.
No.
Newbound has the puck taken away. More so Hanley down low, getting some rare power play time. The young Tiger. Tyler Boyle dangles around one, shot on net, rebound, pops free, and Milani makes the next save. The whistle was probably blown prematurely, but the last few seconds are going to tick off the clock. Tigers will go 0 for 3 on the power play. A questionable call. Usually you get a makeup call later on, so the Red Wings will be waiting for their first chance.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But I think for Red Wings, it's really, really important now. Keep the composure for the last couple of minutes of the period. Again, important thing, we've said it from the game one. You got to play the clock. You got to know exactly what's going on.
Wallace out of the box, chips it forward, looking for Tyler Leeming. Leeming just came out of the penalty box, sorry. It was Dylan Wallace that did it, and Leeming tangles up in a very similar play to Zach Boyle. Glenfull takes a tumble, but no call on that one. Tigers resettle the puck, and Morris O'Hanley runs into Glenfull. And that gets a good round of applause from passionate supporters in the crowd.
Fan club.
From the Jokers fan club? Is that who's out there?
I don't know these guys.
Yeah, we weren't associated.
Long pass ahead. It goes over Andrew Stapleton's stick. He's going to beat this out. How is that icing? Andrew Stapleton was clearly ahead of the Red Wings player. I know I'm supposed to be impartial, but that is not a great look.
No, that's and they do call it.
That will go back to the center line, surely.
Yeah, I think so. And maybe that makeup call that we were talking about just before has finally kind of gotten there to the Red Wings. But yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. He was getting there first.
Yeah. And Villani obviously.
Come on, he says.
I mean, to be fair, the icing rule, it is a tough one.
Taylor was looking for somebody in the slot. Nobody was home. Ryan Full not quite there. Now a puck behind the defense. Villani racing for it. Villani in on the goal, and Jan Kubik gets all the way back and makes a fantastic play. And now he's getting a penalty for it.
Well,
it looks like Zach Boyle's been given the penalty.
Here is probably Let's see.
I think it's Zach that's getting done for a slash after it. So after the puck's been... That's great from Kubek. That is amazing defensive work. Villani's beaten him clearly, but then Zach slash after the pass.
But again, my question would be, why is it young Kubek doing that play?
Yeah.
I mean, good for him. Great. He's playing good two-way hockey, but he's got no goals, 2 assists on a series to show for.
Well, it'll be stop time as well in the last minute. This game has been a very intriguing one. 2 goals from Steve Best on the first 2 shots of the game. Put the Red Wings up 2-0. Joey McDougall then scores 2 goals that went off the post and in late in the second, late in the first rather, 20 seconds apart. Villani and Gao in the first 5 minutes put the Red Wings back up 4-2. And then Ryan Foll tipped home a Greg McNair shot with about 6 minutes left in the second period to make it a 4-3 game. Tigers over 3 on the Agile Group power play. Red Wings, this is their first opportunity as Zach Boyle in the box.
I'm very surprised. 45 seconds on the clock. I would have really had Kubek, McDougall finish this period, finish this penalty kill as your leaders.
Tip shot in the slot, and Greg McNair might have just saved a goal by banking that one away from the incoming Red Wing player. Wise from the point through traffic, rebound down low, chipping away. Best couldn't quite bury, and it's picked up in the corner by Villani. Villani working out wide, rebound in the slot, it's there, and Steve Best picks it up. Best trying to recoil, just 20 seconds to go. Back to Wise. Wise had a player down on him, and it's intercepted, and Gebert will play it off to Kubik. Kubik trying to settle it down. Kubik walks in, and in some space, a nice play to Foll. Foll down low, trying to find a centering play, and with 5 seconds to go, the Red Wings might have time for one more shot. It goes all the way down the ice. That goes for icing. And again, Steve Best cannot believe it because he was the first player back touching the puck 2 seconds ago. We'll see where they drop this puck. It has been a hotly contested game.
Yeah, I think this break comes in a good time for the officials as well. They get to regroup as well. I guess there's been a few, let's say, questionable calls.
Then the draw one, the Tigers will send this down. Jeremy's wondering if the Zamboni might have an issue. Either way, a 4-3 game. It has been an absolutely wild game. We're going to go down onto the rink in a second with David Muggleton, but this game has been dramatic. It's been a little bit of everything, and we've absolutely loved to see it. Goals, 2 goals from Steve Best, 2 goals from McDougall. It's been a little bit wild. We're going to head down in just a minute to David Muggleton, who's going to have Ryan Foll, who scored that last goal, to chat a little bit down. So let's throw it down ringside to David Muggleton, who's with Ryan Foll right now.
Okay, huge loss in losing Glenn Forbes-White. What was the game plan change when you got Sam coming in to take his place?
Not a real lot, to be honest. We got a lot of confidence in Sam. He's been having a stellar year in A grade, and look, yeah, couple early ones. We're responding every time they score at the moment. So nothing really changes for us. It's just a different goalie.
So you've been hot on their tail the whole time, but still 1 goal down. 20 minutes left. Where's that goal going to come from?
Well, anyone. Everyone's ready to go. The vibe on the bench is still good. No one's dropping their head. So. Doesn't matter who it's up to, someone's going to step up and score it because we've got this. Yeah.
All right, best of luck.
Cheers, mate.
Thanks, David. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. Third period will be coming up. It's the Red Wings that lead the Tigers 4-3 in an elimination final. Back inside the Ice Arena in beautiful Ghana Land. Look at the people on the left side of your screen. Ice Arena, a place that's gone under remarkable amount of transformation in the last 12 months especially. It's actually the 40th birthday of this place, believe it or not, and it's another chapter. The team at Agile Group leading a great work of changes. Every day you walk in, that new ice sheet looking pretty good, but a great place to come down, grab a drink, watch the game. Lots of change coming, including the National Hockey Super League. Make sure you follow that on social media too. But that brings us back to the broadcast booth. Eric Balnar joined by coach of the Adrenaline, Sammy Mantier, and Adrenaline goalie, also two Jokers players who you'll play the winner of this team in the championship series, but Jeremy Friedrich also here. Here's your game summary. Steve Best, 2 goals in the first 5 minutes on Sam O'Neill, who's getting the start in place of Glenn Forbes-White. Joey McDougall ties it up late in the first to make it 2-2. 2 early goals. Another poor start from the Tigers in that last period. Villani and Gal had the goals, and then it was it was Ryan Poole that tipped it home to make it 4-3. That's where we're at. You're all caught up. It's an elimination game. And the winner goes through to the grand final. Boys, what do we think?
Look, for me, right now, the Tigers are doing a lot of the right things. From what we heard from Ryan in the interview at the end of the second period, where the vibes aren't getting away from them. You know, they've come back from behind once already by 2 goals. They're on track potentially to coming back a second time from 2 goals behind. They just haven't been able to take that next jump. You know, once you tie the game, you need to keep riding that momentum. It's almost like once a team scores 2 goals, they lose all the momentum in this game. It's
a good point. Every time it felt like the game could get away from the Tigers, they found a way to get themselves back in. But from a Red Wing perspective, where do you sit in that locker room knowing you've had 2 great starts to the 2 periods so far in this game?
Oh, look, here's a cliche warning. You play like it's a 0-0 game. Don't look ahead. Don't look what's happened in the past. Again, the first couple of shifts set the tone for either team, to be honest, but especially with Red Wings being on the lead. That's the key right now.
The draw, that's a look at, Mitch Villani on screen. He was one of the players to watch at the beginning of the game. He's got a goal. If the Red Wings don't win this game, questions will be asked, wondering if this will be his final game of his top senior level career before transitioning into coaching. Look at Jan Kubik. He's a guy that's one of the best players in the state. He's got an assist in this game already. He's also saved a couple goals. And a look at Glenn Fohl, 59 years old. He's been playing hockey at the top level in Australia since the 1980s. Who are the players you're looking to in crunch time today?
Well, for me, it's the same. You pick a couple of players from both sides. Kubek, quite possibly the best playmaker in the league. Showtime, of course, he's already shown what he can do. For me, Steve is always dangerous. And one guy, again, you don't notice him always on the ice, but at the end of the game, 3 points, Tyler Leeming.
Yeah, Sammy's absolutely right. There's so many names, so many experienced players, but at the end of the day, in games like these, it's almost the fairy tale side of it, that it's the big guys that show up and it's the big names. And sometimes you get the little guys as well, so it'd be good to see if Tyler Boyle can step up, get a goal. You know, Brendan Taylor can make a difference. And then for the Red Wings guys like Wallace, like their A-grade call-ups like Petter and Lowe, there's so many guys out there that have a role to do, and everyone's going to need to buy in to get to this big dance tonight.
The Red Wings will start this period on the Agile Group power play. They've got 1 minute and 14 seconds or less. If they score, that penalty will come to an end. So a good chance to gain possession and try to restore a 2-goal lead. It is all on the line. Best of 3 series tied 1-1. Winner plays the Jokers, and just 20 minutes to go in this contest. Huge draw. Both teams need possession to start, and we're underway, and the puck will wobble all the way down in behind the goal. And the captain, Steve Best, will grab it and start things off for the Wings. Thank you so much for joining us. An exciting finish on your way on NITV. And Joey McDougall tries to lay the body right away, and Powell has a pass go errant back in the neutral zone, and seconds will start to tick off this man advantage for the Red Wings. Puck goes all the way back. Sam O'Neill deflects to McNair, and he just gets enough of it to clear the zone. And the Tigers will send this all the way back. Villani plays it off to Wise.
Yeah, Tigers did a good job keeping a high line with the defense and not allowing Red Wings to walk into the offensive zone.
Gebert around the boards, greeted and kicked away from Steve Best. He gets checked on the near boards hard from Joey McDougall, and that squirts out into the neutral zone, but another penalty is coming to the Tigers. So the Red Wings will have one penalty end, and they'll go straight to the Agile Group power play again. This one might be on McDougall.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened right underneath us, so interesting to see the replay.
Penalty has come to an end on one, but the Red Wings still with possession. They have the extra attacker on. Best has this go out of the hands. Ryan Full deflects. Back in the corner once again. Villani trying to set something up. Empty net still for the Red Wings. Newbound holds on to the puck. Back down low for Villani. Red Wings basically trying to set up one good shot at goal, because once the Tigers touch the puck, the whistle will come. Throw in front. They were looking for that one-timer. Newbound holds on to it. It's finally touched up from Jan Kubik. So one power play ends, another one starts. I think this is where the call is.
Yeah, it looks like McDougall kind of got... cross-checking they've given him on the back of Steve. It's a bit of a rough one going into the boards. Probably had the hands up a little bit too much, but not ideal that the Red Wings go straight back on the power play here.
Yeah, I to be honest, I didn't see a penalty there.
Bit lost for words, Sammy Mantier.
Yeah, look, sometimes it happens.
Off the face-off, Tyler Leeming. He scored a goal like that versus the Tigers this year. Off the face-off, he was not picked up, and he just rattled one off the side of the cage. Tyler Leeming skating back against Glenn Full. Full does a good job of making him have to reset and just throw it out into the neutral zone. It goes all the way back to Glenn Full's son, Ryan, and Ryan Full almost turns it over to Leeming, who is streaking in from the red line. Leeming once again has Full all over him. Poked in from Dylan Wallace. Kubik gathers and lobs this all the way down, knocked down by Adam Wise. Zach Boyle trying to chip it forward, and he does. He's in behind the defense while shorthanded. Zach Boyle working on the backhand, working out wide, throws this out towards the center line, and Morris O'Hanley, he's out on the penalty kill, throws it in behind the goal, and Ryan Full will get to it first. Full on a sharp angle, tries to swivel around one, and he's into the corner. The first minute of the Agile Group power play is gone. It's an A+ start on the penalty kill for the Tigers. Red Wings 0 for 2 on the day. Villani out wide, can't settle it down. Full tries to chip it out. Red Wings keep it in off the point. Off the backboards, Max Rivers, this savvy veteran, skates his way all the way back to the center line, tips one in front of the net. Villani settles it down, backhanded play, pow in front of the net. He had an open cage, but he couldn't turn himself around. Steve Best back at the point, down low to Mitch Villani. Morris O'Hanley tries to tie him up. Nick Powell in there for support. Tom Tate standing in front of the net. He goes to the right point to Max Rivers. Rivers plays it down low. We got a word from Glenn Forbes. White as he shot there, rebound in front. Villani has the rebound. Rebound popped through in the blue paint. Then Steve Best down there to pinch down low. Powell centering play back towards Tate. Tigers will skate this out, and they might be away 2-on-1 while shorthanded. Stapleton has Full with him. Ryan Full shorthanded. Oh, he sent it wide. Rebound in front of the net. Ryan Full has the second most goals in the competition, and he had a lane to shoot, and he just sent it wide. Penalty to Joey McDougall comes to an end. Teams back to full strength. Tigers have survived the first 5 minutes of a period without allowing a goal, a rare sight in this game, it feels like.
Yeah, and that was a really good 4-minute penalty kill from Tigers. Really aggressive and good positioning. I think Red Wings are a little bit sloppy on the power play. At this level, you just can't get away with it.
Stretch pass ahead, that goes for icing, so it will draw it back in the Tiger zone.
And you get a look here at that break from the Tigers. Stapleton makes a great pass to Fowl. I think Fowl will be beating himself up. He had a lot of net to shoot out there. And when you look at the second highest goal scorer in the league, like Villani's given him
Villani
all
made
that
the save.
block aside. That was a great save, but a lot of space.
Jeremy, you reckon I would have scored that one?
Absolutely, Sammy. That's why you're a joker.
Shot off the draw, big save from Sam O'Neill. He gets the pad down. Kubik tries to poke it free, but Dave Gall has the puck back for the Red Wings. Kubik tips it into the neutral zone. Bill Newbound first to get it for the Wings. Wallace tied up along the far boards. Gebert swipes it forward back to Newbound, and the rookie Campbell will play it off the boards back to the Tiger blue line, where Zach Boyle dishes it out to Brandon Taylor using his speed, his size, and Taylor has worked his way in front of the goal. McDougall on a sharp angle shot plays it around the boards, and the Tigers can set up in the offensive zone. Gebert pass a bit too hot to handle, and the Tigers caught on a slow line change, but they're going to try to load up on this top line with Full, Kubik, and McDougall all on the ice together. Full trying to settle it down and get possession. It goes back to Gebert. You wanted something different, Sammy? This is what the Tigers are doing now.
Yeah.
Given away at the center line. It goes through Bill Newbound, and it's on the wing with space with Ryan Full. Sharp angle shot. Rebound, scores! Joey Tigers have tied it up.
Let's go Showtime.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that trickled in over the line before McDougall got to it. Great hustle from Foal, but at the end of the day, that's a Bill Newbound turnover that he really won't be happy with. We'll see it here. Nah, I think that's fine.
Yeah, I think it's a Ryan Foal goal. It won't be a hat trick for Joey McDougall. It looked like it from our end, so on the highlights it'll sound good for Joey McDougall, but Ryan Foal has his second goal of the game. Foal with 2, McDougall with 2. Tigers' top players scoring when they need it the most. And how about this? With 13 minutes to go, it is a 4-4 hockey game. We've solved nothing through the game so far.
And crucially, on that play, we had McDougall and Zach Boyle in front of the net with absolutely no Red Wing there.
Yeah.
That's an odd man rush, which, we talk about the Tigers not having the most agile defense. I think the only guy that really gets up there quicker than anyone else in the league probably is Zach Boyle. So he made a difference getting up there.
Shot
quickly.
from Best scores! Steve Best gets the hat trick goal. What a game he's had, and the Red Wings are back in front.
I think we've said this a few times now on the broadcast. You cannot give Steve Best time and space in the offensive zone.
And again, Glenn Foal right in front of Sam O'Neill didn't commit. Zach Boyle's at the other blue line. At the corner of the blue line when Steve Best is in the high slot. There's just no defensive structure around Steve Best. You need to know when he's out there. He's the best player on the ice right now, other than Showtime probably.
So the Tigers were down 2 goals to start the game. Then 2 goals later on, they tied the game up both times. But as soon as they square things up, they go right back down. 12:18 to go, loose puck in front. Tyler Boyle trying to grab it. Joey McDougall fires a shot on net. That one goes off the side of the net into the corner. Andrew Stapleton looking for Tyler Boyle. Pinching back was Tyler Leeming. Lead pass ahead, goes through everybody. This could go for icing. It does. So the draw will come all the way down the other end.
And crucially as well, sorry Sammy, is just a great shot from Steve. He knows exactly where to put that. And, obviously he loves to celebrate, and Glenn Forbes like giving him a little push there too. But that is great composure from him. He makes such a difference out there.
Yeah.
That was a cool shot of the celebration from Steve Best. Tyler Leeming gets around Greg McNair, and now McNair on the second effort gets the puck back, but Taylor gives it right away to Steve Best, who will play it back to his defense. Steve Best played his part tonight. 3 goals. He's been the Tiger killer all season long. He's got 4 goals and 2 assists, if our math is correct, in the 3 playoff games so far. That's a 4-time champion that's showing, leading by example, how it's done for this Red Wing side. Back off the boards, Chris Campbell.
Yeah, and again, same as when we spoke about Joey with Stevie, it's not just his points. He brings the leadership on the bench, on the ice, in the change room, and he brings the two-way hockey as well when needed.
Funny bounce. Ben Gebert couldn't quite settle it down, but he does a good job diving back to keep the puck in the attacking zone before finally it's picked up by Powell. Long shot in from Zach Boyle. That worked for him in the last game. Didn't work for him here. With speed on the left side, Villani feeling creative, drops it back. Steve Best has 3, might have 4. Red Wings restore a 2-goal lead.
That's some great hockey from Villani and Steve Best. I think Villani got the tip in, and we talk about the leadership from Steve. He is one of the most selfless players out there. You'll see here, he wasn't even aiming for the goal. I think that was a backdoor pass straight to Villani's stick.
And that was complete lack of communication with the Tigers defense. That was a 2-on-2 that was made into 2-on-1, and what a great play.
I think that's Villani's. I think it could have gone in regardless, but that's just great hockey from these two guys that love to play together.
And here come the Wings again. Dangerous play in the slot, so the Tigers have had to work their way down from 2 goals down in 2 different occasions. They might have to make it 3 as Joey McDougall fires one on net and Villani makes the save with 9:46 to go. The Tigers, as quickly as they've come back, have given it up every single time.
Yeah, and that's the composure. You come back, you start feeling good. That's when you got to grind and dig deep and make sure that you stay in the game.
McDougall on the draw. Wins it. Zach Boyle has the shot blocked. It goes back in the corner. Still lots of time. Tigers have scored their goals in bunches today, just like the Red Wings. Here's Stapleton. Shot off the back boards. Goes around the corner. Picked up by Foal. Down low for Joey McDougall. He's looking for some support on the forecheck, but nobody was home, and it should be able to be cleared here by the Red Wings. Glenn Foal skates his way up the ice. Right side, Tyler Boyle in space. Referee falls over the blue line. Long shot through traffic, and Villani tracks that well and makes the save.
So a 10-goal hockey game here. I think this is perfect for Game 3. We're getting so much action, so much good fun from these guys. I think it's going to set up a real good final series too.
There's a little bit of chirp between Zach Boyle and Tyler Leeming as they were coming to the bench. Don't know what that was about, but bring it on.
Things could get feisty. Loser of this game, their season's over. Turnover created by Taylor on the forecheck. He evades Chris Campbell, but finally Campbell on the second effort might have the puck pop free for a Red Wing to poke it forward. Kept in. Moises O'Hanley shot on net. That was tipped by Ryan Full. He scored 2 goals on a redirect this game so far. Tigers have sort of had to spend the whole game climbing a mountain and then falling all the way back down. They're staring down the barrel of a 2-goal deficit with only 8 minutes to go. Time to get desperate. Full gets it off to the left side for Taylor. Taylor tries to get a shot off. That was blocked by young Chris Campbell. Campbell creates the turnover, but picking up the scraps, Ryan Full, right point. McNair has a player closed down on him. Full throws it in behind the goal. Jan Kubik should be able to get there first. Kubik around Campbell. Kubik centering play. Nobody home. Played down on the left side. It's a foot race for it. Nick Powell versus Ben Gebert. Gebert gets there first for the Tigers. Gebert up the ice. Kubik works out the right side. Kubik tries to turn it forward. Leeming chips it off the boards. McNair gloves it down. Leeming down low. Centering play in the slot. Goes off the skates of Ben Gebert. Wallace tries to cycle it down low. Gebert tries to clear. Foot race for it. Down in behind the net. It's Full versus Wise. 2 of the fastest skaters in the league. Adam Wise gets there first. And he'll try to work his way up. And Villani thought he was going to settle it down. A puck pop free, and they'll pause this. So what do the Tigers have left?
Look, I think one thing that I feel like need to point out is Kubik, McDougall, Full line has been together twice and 2 goals. So I see too much potential on that line to not give it a good run for the rest of the game.
Puck just bounces free, and here's Tyler Leeming. Leeming towards the player and Dave Gal. And Red Wings will grind away in the corner. Steve Best with 3 goals and an assist in this game has really powered the Red Wings. Centering play in front, scores! Tyler Leeming, right place, right time. And that might be the dagger.
Is that the combination of Gal Leeming once again?
Yeah, that's some amazing work from those two. And just perfect stick positioning. We talk about the hand-eye on that Gal goal before. He's got the stick behind him and still finds a way to get it on his stick and off with a defenseman on him through so many sticks. So Gal made a great pass too. That's such amazing hockey from these guys.
And what I like with the Red Wings lineup is the 2 top lines. They play such different type of hockey, but again, we're playing to every player's strengths on those lines.
The Red Wings centered again. Steve Best down low, dangles. Oh, it was an open cage for Nick Powell. They almost made it 8-4. The Red Wings have been building leads all game. They were up 2-0, then it was 2-2, then 4-2, then it was 4-4. 3 quick goals has them up 7-4, and this time it feels like a lead that might just be a little bit too much for the Tigers to handle with only 5 minutes to go, and it's a 3-on-1. In all alone, Powell, one too many plays maybe, as Steve Best got tied up at the last second. Late hit behind the play, loose puck in front. O'Neill gets out and kicks it aside, and the Tigers will work their way up the ice. Full to Kubik. Kubik fires one through. Villani settles it down and makes the save, and he'll gladly let some seconds peel off the clock.
I'll be a bit controversial here, but Villani's had a pretty average game in net, and I think the Red Wings will be really thankful that they've managed to get so many in, because Villani's, he's a great goaltender and he's such a competitor, and if anything, this will be good for them, because if they make it into the finals, he's had his bad game in the playoffs and it's out the way now. He doesn't need to worry about that anymore, because he's going to know how to come out and play.
O'Hanley fans on the shot. That goes down the other way. That'll be called for icing. Tyler Leeming doesn't like it, but the Tigers, they need a goal every 90 seconds if they want to force this game to overtime.
Well, they scored 2 in 20 seconds, so that's not impossible.
Do you look at pulling the goalie, Sue?
Yeah, it depends who's on the ice.
Draw one by McDougall. Tyler Boyle plays it in behind the goals, and Adam Wise will scoop this out and play it back into the neutral zone. Time no longer the friend of the Tigers, a team that ripped off 10 wins in a row at one point during the season. They looked like the team to beat. The Red Wings, if anything, they were scuffling heading into the playoffs, but a last game of the season 5-1 win gave them some confidence over the Tigers, and they're on their way 3 minutes and 40 seconds away from heading to the grand final. Turnover in front of the net. Stapleton had the puck on his stick, but that goes wide.
That was a nice little poke from Adam Wise there.
It was. Crucially, the Red Wings right now, they don't need to do anything fancy. I think it's really important that they just keep it simple. They can let this clock run down as much as they need to. There's absolutely no need for any sort of creative thinking or any sort of risky plays, but we've seen an empty net here from the Tigers, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Sam O'Neill heads to the net, the extra attacker on for the Tigers as well, and truly desperation time. Tigers need possession. They can't hold the zone. Boyle banks it off the boards. That goes out of play. Under 3 to go, probably in the Tigers season.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but again, get a couple of bounces, and it's been done before. And remember, last couple of minutes, it's on stop time anyway, so you can take those breaks.
Campbell off the backboards, Newbound. Full tries to settle it down. Tigers need to keep possession because the net is empty down on the other end of the ice. They got to set something up. McDougall to Stapleton, back to McDougall. He can't quite hold it down. The Red Wings chip it forward, and McDougall, who had the initial shot, is the first one back to grab it once again for the Tigers. The Red Wings, a team that are littered with veterans, team players that have won 4 championships. As they'll throw this at net, that just misses, and it goes for icing. But a team that's won a bunch of championships, they're the old school players. Waiting them in the final will be a team of new school players, the young jokers, defending champions, a bunch of the new kids on the block. Red Wings still think that this is their league and it's got to run through them to get there. Jokers, if they win back-to-back, takes that completely out of refute. Yeah, if it holds, that's going to be an interesting series.
Oh, it's going to be very interesting. Look forward to it.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I think we've been missing it. When was the last time we were on the ice as a team, Sammy?
It was the last game. Was it 1st or 4th of this month?
4th of September, yeah.
It's been, 3 weeks now?
We're dying to get out there. We're buzzing. We've tried to get out on the small ice as much as we can and things like. We're trying to do whatever we can because nothing replicates the final series that these guys are going up against now, and the intensity that the Red Wings are going to have coming out of the gate, or the Tigers if they manage to pull something out of the bag here in these last 2 minutes. But the intensity that's going to come out of the gate, we're going to need to be ready, and that's the one, crucial part of being a young team is we're going to all need to step up and buy into it and have guys stepping up to do the job for us.
The draw will come deep in the Tiger zone. 2 minutes on the clock. Tigers need a miracle. Still time, but not much of it. 6 on the ice still for the Tigers. McDougall wins the draw and he banks it into the corner. Gebert trying to bang away down there and try to get a puck that will just pop free. 3 Tigers against 2 Red Wings. Stapleton walks away with it. He's getting checked all down there on the left side. Boyle plays it back in the corner. Gebert will get there first. Wise tussles the puck away from him. McDougall back to Gebert. Tigers need a shot on goal. It's not going to help that the Red Wings have the puck. It's sticked down by Zach Boyle, who'll play it in, and that will go. It'll be a high stick call. 1 minute, 32 seconds to go.
Yeah, and unfortunately, again, to me, it looks like with Tigers, they're happy to keep the possession of the puck. Pucks on the boards, half wall, and in the corners, but it's not really a whole heap of idea of what do we want to do with the puck. And unfortunately, that's really been Tigers all this series. It's been more absolute blinders from guys like Joey McDougall that have kept them in the games.
Steve Best puts up 3 goals and an assist in this game. Gal and Leeming 3 goals and 2 assists?
I think so, yeah.
5 points from Steve Best. And then the Leeming and Gal combination proves deadly once again. That's the story. Long shot in, and Wallace took a big block. Kubik diving down to keep that puck in, but the Red Wings will just play it onto the other side of the boards. Trying to chase that down is Andrew Stapleton. Boyle joining in on the skirmish. McDougall drops it down, it plays it into the neutral zone, and this one goes all the way down. 1 minute to go. The Red Wings well on their way to a championship game, a championship series that starts on Wednesday night versus the Jokers. Puck back at the point, long shot through traffic. Curtis Villani makes the save.
Now, I think heartbreakingly, Glenn Forbes-White's going to be the guy that is the most unfortunate out of all of this. He's played so well to get this team. The battle that he went through to win that last game and to make those saves after that injury, it's so unfortunate to see.
Draw down on the left side. It's picked up by Boyle. Plays it off. Kubik with the shot on goal, and that's a nice save. Grabbed again by Stapleton, and it's intercepted. Villani with the open net. Oh, he just missed that puck, and it goes for icing with just 32 seconds to go. Mitch Villani, he's got a goal already in this game. He was looking for goal number 2. He'll live to fight another series.
Yeah.
It is the wily vets versus the young kids, isn't it?
Oh, it seems to be a little bit that way, but yeah, playoff hockey.
Last year, the Jokers won a very dramatic best-of-3 series to win their first championship. Full plays it down. All that's left is the final score to determine. But it'll be the Red Wings. Tip down low, shot on net. Full at the open cage, and that goes wide once again, chipping down low. Ryan Full, Tigers still fighting to the very last second. Boyle tipped down in front, and Curtis Villani's made a couple late, pretty nice saves.
I've got a question for you guys. Is Glenn Fole out there because this is his last shift in Premier League? Or will he live to fight another season?
Oh, I think we asked that question 10 years ago.
Maybe even 20 years
Yeah.
ago.
It's just good to see him out there for the last 15 seconds because he is a huge presence in ice hockey.
Tigers try to settle it down. We'll get another stoppage in play. Just 10 seconds to go. Joey McDougall, a couple goals. You see him on screen. He had an assist as well. He did everything he could and more to try to will his team there. But at the end of the day, just too much to overcome. The Red Wings are going to the championship game. Best-of-3 series will start. It's a 7-4 victory for the Red Wings. They were up 2 on multiple occasions, and the Tigers kept fighting back. But at the end of the day, 3 late goals in the third period was the difference maker for the Red Wings, led by Steve Best.
Yeah, I think it was a good hard work, typical playoff game, but I do think Red Wings deserve the win.
Great series. Honestly, this tees up the grand final series so well because we've seen such amazing hockey from these two teams, and now you know that you're going to have a competitive team going into finals that have come through. And you know, obviously unfortunate for the Tigers, but there's nothing you can do, and you have to come up and show up big in Game 3, and they just couldn't do it today.
It was a big season from the Tigers. They ripped off 10 wins in a row at some point during the season. They almost were there to set themselves up with a chance to take down the Jokers late in the year. They just couldn't quite get that done. It was a collision course all year between the Red Wings and the Tigers in this series. But at the end of the day, the Red Wings win Game 1 and Game 3 in what was pretty much an epic series.
Yeah, no, it's. I think both teams they fought hard, they played hard, but yeah, Red Wings just that little bit better.
We're going to go to rinkside in a moment with David Muggleton, who's going to try to grab a player, maybe like a Steve Best, who had 3 goals and 2 assists. We'll see what happens, but what an absolutely fantastic effort from that man who David Muggleton will talk to. We'll throw it down rinkside. Dave, are you with Steve Best?
Yes, indeed, I am with Steve Best. Absolute hell of a game out there. You came out to play.
Yeah, thanks. Knew what we had to do. We all worked as a team, really. Like, these guys pumped me up, we pumped each other up, and yeah, we got it done. So, good team effort.
Now, you took the lead quite early, but the Tigers just kept clawing right back at you. In the final period break, what was the conversation about?
Just, we knew they were going to come out hard. You know, we had that pressure on us in the second game, and that killed us. So we just said we had to come out hard. We can't let them get on top of us. We had to play at their level, or we're going to fucking lose this game. So.
Now, this was a big game to get through first, but had you thought ahead to Wednesday at all?
One game at a time, so not at all, really. You know, get through this game and then focus on that.
No worries. Well, we look forward to seeing you in the championship series.
Cool, thank you.
Well, we'll wrap things up in a second here, but gentlemen, thoughts, just how do we summarize Steve Best?
Steve Best shows up when it matters. And again, it's not just the point. It's not just the nice goals. It's not just the great sellies, but it's shift in, shift out, hard work on the bench, in the change room. I know from playing with him in the Red Wings, working with him in the adrenaline, what he brings in all those aspects of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Sammy's completely right. He's a well-respected man, and for very good reasons. He is just a natural leader that does so much for his team and for hockey and for everyone. You know, he gets involved with Hockey Academy and things like that. He's a great guy.
Well, Jeremy and Sammy, both, you guys will be playing in the Grand Final series against these Red Wings, so you won't be up in the broadcast booth. I just want to say a heartfelt thanks to both of you for your contributions and coverage all season long. I hope you guys enjoyed being up in the broadcast booth.
Absolutely, been fun.
Yeah, it was an honor. Thanks for having us.
So on behalf of Jeremy, on behalf of Sammy, on everybody at the Ice Arena on beautiful Ghana land, and of course our main man, producer Brandon, I'm Eric Balnar saying good night as the Red Wings outlast the Tigers and go straight to the Grand Final. We'll see ya on Wednesday.